Hey everyone, this is Norm Farrar, aka the Beard Guy here, and welcome to another Lunch with Norm, the Amazon FBA e-commerce podcast. Exciting news. Our guest showed up today. It's not like Monday. Okay, so that was a first, by the way. So we got a great episode today. It's a topic that we haven't touched on. We're going to be talking about the beginner's guide to affiliate marketing and SEO. Today, we're going to also be talking about the massive opportunity that's out there with SEO, how to get into affiliate marketing using the 3S system, and what is content stretching. If you haven't heard of it, you will by the end of this podcast. Welcome to Lunch with Norm, the Amazon FBA and e-commerce podcast.
Lunch with Norm. Lunch with Norm. Lunch with
All right, like I mentioned, today's podcast is the beginner's guide to affiliate marketing and SEO. Our guest is a regular guy. He's never had a job that's paid him over $20K a year before taxes. He's been learning online marketing during the nights and weekends over the past decade, and he's failed a ton of times. But this year, he finally turned his corner. He found the breakthrough and achieved his first six-figure year with purely affiliate commissions from SEO. And we want to share that with you today. So my guest, first time guest is Greg Jeffries. We'll get to him in a second, but first let's have a word from our sponsor. A big thank you to our sponsor, Post Purchase Pro, the only complete A to Z done for you real email and text marketing service built specifically for Amazon sellers. My friends Sean Hart and Seth Stevens co-founded Post Purchase Pro after launching over 1,000 successful private labeled products, growing 53 brands, and get this, exiting 17 businesses. Post Purchase Pro creates all of your digital assets 100% for you, from marketing inserts, complete sales funnels, email follow-up sequences, and weekly email promotions. They manage and optimize everything for you to drive more sales, get higher ranking, and receive more reviews on Amazon. So check out Post Purchase Pro now to see if you too will see enormous growth like their nearly 500 clients worldwide. That's Post Purchase Pro at postpurchasepro.com/lunch. Okay, where's the boy Blunder?
That's me. Hello. Good to see you.
How are you? You're back from your big bachelor party.
Yes, I heard you guys had some
3-day bachelor party.
It was actually a 4-day, which is too long in my
too long of a hangover,
opinion.
I guess.
Yeah, it is correct. So okay, it's good to be
I didn't
back.
see
good to be drinking water.
I didn't get to see the pictures on Facebook, but you blocked me.
Oh, they will not be on Facebook.
Yeah, All right, do your thing.
All right, welcome to the show. This is our live podcast, Lunch with Norm. If you're new to the podcast, you can ask your questions and we will answer them. So we're going to be talking about affiliate marketing and SEO, which is a brand new topic to a lot of listeners. So we wanted to frame this as kind of a beginner's guide. So if you have any questions about maybe how to get started, even if it might seem like a super simple, basic question, let us know. There's probably a lot of listeners that are on the same page as you. So of course, smash those like buttons. Give us a thumbs up if you are excited for today's episode. Also, don't forget to join our Facebook group, Lunch with Norm, Amazon FBA and eCommerce Collective. We're going to be dropping a couple discounts in the near future from some different companies. So get in there to take advantage of that. One of them is from Zoof. So with Mike McClary.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
So
sure.
A couple of days ago, Mike reached out and he just said that he was he had an offer for the group. And Zoof just made some additions. Kelsey, if you want to tell everybody about it, because I know I told Mike, like, I missed his message that he was offering this offer to the group, and we'll post it. but I promised him that I would talk about it on the podcast because it is a great offer and Mike's a great guy. So if you want to just give a high level overview and tell people where they can get their code.
Yeah, so for Zoof, they're going to be able to now see both their Amazon and Shopify sales and an all new multi-channel dashboard. So with that being said, they wanted to kind of do a big announcement about it. So if you use code Beardos, you're going to get 50% off their service, and then that also includes a 14-day trial as well. That's added on top. So it's going to be code Beardos, all in capitals. And if you want to know more, we're going to be posting that in the comment section, but also in the Facebook group, which you can see scrolling across the bottom as well. But yeah, make sure you join the group so you see all those messages and all those updates that we have. And
All right.
yeah, I think that's about it.
So yeah, one other thing I just wanted to mention to people. So in the group, it's okay to disagree. It's okay to have other opinions. Like even when we're talking on the podcast, you'll hear somebody come on talking about a strategy that I don't do. I might not I might not use it. It doesn't mean it's a bad strategy. We could talk to 5 different people that have different strategies, or 10 different people that have 10 different strategies, and they all get you to the same place. The only ones that I worry about are the ones that are way out of date and people are still trying to use and they're not going to get anywhere. But what I want to just let people know is it's okay to have a discussion. And that's what makes the group really interactive and engaging, is we can have those opinions. So just wanted to leave that out there. So don't be afraid if you decide that you don't agree or disagree with somebody, to leave it in the comments. We accept them all. We don't want people to come in there and just outright solicit him. What we'll do is we'll reach out to people and we'll talk to people about that too, privately, if they do. So anyways, our group is for content and content only. All right, guys. So let's get down to it. Kelsey, you can get the heck off the screen and sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode. And don't forget to grab your coffee. Welcome, Greg.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
Hey, yeah, that was a long introduction. So, what was it? 5 minutes, 7 minutes of talking before introducing you. But how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Hey, whereabouts are you located?
I am in Austin, Texas.
Oh, of course. Every tech person or anybody that's involved in online marketing is in Austin, Texas. I was just there. I wish I would have known.
Oh, really? Yeah, I got kind of lucky. I'm actually originally from Mississippi, so I moved out here about 12 years ago and didn't know that it was like a internet marketing mecca. There's so many marketers out here.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyways, you're in a good spot. Maybe we can actually. I'm going to be down there again. I'm in Austin quite a bit throughout the year, but love to get together with you. But let's talk about today's episode. We're going to be talking about affiliate marketing and SEO. You want to talk a little bit about what we're going to go over?
Yeah, so I don't know if we'll get to each of these talking points, but just some of the things I can share, just some of my philosophies I've developed over the years that kind of make me different from other affiliate marketing and SEO courses. The main epiphany that I had and what makes my process different is I concentrate on long tail keywords. So most of the other, and what that is, it just means longer search phrases that people are typing in around products and services. Most other affiliate SEO courses talk about like doing all this research and using all these tools to try and like cherry pick these like 1 or 2 keywords to try and rank for, and you put all this effort into it. And I tried all that. I went through all these courses over the years and spent all these thousands of dollars. And I got a little bit of traction with all that. And then once I got a lot of it, all this information, started doing things a little bit differently, that was where I discovered like where all the gold was, for me at least. Other people have success with those other courses, but that's the kind of the essence of my strategy: long tail keywords, can talk about simple, scalable, sustainable. That's another philosophy I have. And then, if we get to these, talk about like your true competition, hooks in the water, zero resistance marketing, the grocery store analogy, and then infinitely scalable. So those are just some of my philosophies. It's just my way of making sense of the information that I share with people, because
Sure.
I was never, I tried to be like this techie, nerdy engineer type of SEO, and that just never really clicked for me. So I just have a different approach to how how this all works.
And one of the things I want to make really clear to our listeners is that, some people are probably going to be saying, well, why are you doing this? We usually talk about Amazon or e-commerce. This is part of e-commerce. This is another option that I want to give to people. And at least if it works for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, at least you know about it. And there's a lot of potential out there for all sorts of different opportunities. You could be talking about drop shipping, wholesale. You could be talking about courses, affiliate marketing. There's all sorts of areas that we can expand on. And I want you to know about it. The last thing that I think, at least for me, I don't want to be pigeonholed. So I want to be able to explore the world. I want to be able to, hey, you know what? Maybe this will hit a nerve for somebody who's doing okay on Amazon, but exactly like Greg did, take it up. Take a half hour or an hour or 2 hours, or take a course, and all of a sudden you've just got a bit more knowledge. I'm not trying to preach shiny objects. It's the last thing I want to do. But all I want to do is give you options. So if you're listening and you're wondering why we're going down this path today, it's because of that, options. And all of us here, everyone here that's listening, is here because of options. Why are you involved with Amazon? Who did you listen to? How did you get into it? And what got you started? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. It is going to be a shorter podcast. I do have another podcast that I'm a guest on at 1:00, so we'll be doing the Wheel of Kelsey a little earlier, and we'll also be doing a giveaway today. So we'll get into that a bit later, but we're just going to get right into it. And now let's talk about affiliate marketing and SEO. So can you just give us a brief description about that, what that is?
Yeah, so affiliate marketing is essentially just you're getting paid to promote someone else's product. A lot of products and services out there have affiliate programs, and the truth is, there's just like, this is what I love about it. This Everything clicked for me in about 2017, because like there's so much opportunity out there. There's so many products and services to promote, and there's very few affiliate marketers out there because there's just not that many people that know that this stuff exists. But yeah, but it's kind of like being a salesperson. You're getting paid usually by with a commission. So you refer somebody to maybe an Amazon related product or Bluehost or some other service, and you get a percentage. I'm sure your podcast listeners are familiar with like ClickFunnels and stuff. So a lot of products paid 10%, 20%, 30%. So whatever the sale price is, you get a percentage of that. So that's all affiliate marketing is. And, the bigger your audience, the more potential you can earn, or the more products you promote out there, the more streams of income you can create. So I'm sure everybody's familiar with YouTube channels. They're like, use this coupon code or whatever, and to get 10% off. That's all affiliate marketing. So
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, and towards the end, we can answer this question in more detail, but any Amazon brand or Shopify brand can also do affiliate marketing. We have product right now where we could put on an affiliate network, or, and Sean Hart from Post Purchase Pro preaches this, you can use some affiliate networks to help create added value to your product listing. So it's very interesting how this all interweaves. But now you were also talking before the podcast about simple, scalable, and sustainable. Those are your 3 S's. You want to dive
Yeah.
into that?
Yeah. So that again, somewhere along the way, all this stuff just kind of clicked, and that was I love alliteration, and the 3 S's stand for simple, scalable, and sustainable. So I don't have all these complex processes when it comes to doing things. So that's where the first S comes into play, because um, whatever it is that I'm doing, making money online or anything, I just want it to be simple. And especially that comes into play when people ask you, like, what do you do? What do you do to make money? How do you live this great life or whatever? I don't want it to be some like 102-step process. I want to be able to
Right.
share that with people, because I want to be able to help other people achieve that if they want it. So that's the first S. Simple, scalable is when I first got started out, I just wanted to make some money online, and then my initial goals were just like, if I could make $100 a day, that'd be great. But once you achieve that, it's not exciting anymore. It's not as exciting. So if there's something that's that can make you money, let's just say like posting ads on Craigslist. Well, if it's not scalable past a certain point, I don't know, your goals change in life. So once you achieve those certain numbers, maybe it's $100 a day. You're like, well, how can I do $200? Well, if you're capped at $100 and there's no way you can make more than that, it's a little frustrating. So I like that through my process and just affiliate marketing in general, it's scalable. And then sustainable, I'm not that old, but I've been in this game for 10 plus years, and I've started over a lot. I've tried a lot of different things, and I've always been kind of, I guess, an old soul, and it, it clicked really quickly for me. It's like after I've done all these things, I was like, I know change is inevitable and stuff, and there's always new things coming out, but it gives me a lot of peace to know that, like, if you put an effort into one thing and that thing doesn't change that much, if it's somewhat sustainable, like for instance, SEO has been around for a long time, email marketing has been around for a long time, Kindle has been around for a long time. Yeah, there have been changes in those different income streams, and online courses have been around for a long time. So I like that I found an approach with SEO and affiliate marketing that's pretty sustainable. So those are the 3 S's. My process is very simple. It's scalable, so you can do it over and over and over again. It works for as many people that want to try it as possible. And then sustainable, it's something that, I mean, I've just been teaching this since 2017, but it's been working for a lot longer than that. It took me a while to figure it out. So those are the 3 S's, and just kind of how I distill my process down to.
I know of or heard of lots of very successful, I'm talking about millions and millions and millions of dollars that people are making. And I mean, is that realistic? It depends how much you dive into it. I mean, reality is it's a grind, and you got to get going, and you got to understand it, and you've got to really learn the opportunity and how the opportunity can work for you. I see that Kelsey did a quick survey. A lot of people um, have very little to no understanding about affiliate marketing. So, how about, where do you even get started with this?
Oh man, probably just how most people get started. Just like, what is affiliate marketing? At this point, there's a lot of great YouTube channels out there that give information about it. Um, and I'm sure with just a couple of Google searches, you can probably find a handful of decent courses that keep coming up
Mm-hmm.
again and again. So I would just start there. And my approach is, if you're really serious about this, I would probably take your time and go through each of like the top courses. They're probably a couple $100 each. And that's just my approach, and just see what each person's teaching, and then kind of make your own process based on all those courses. That's kind of what I did. My process isn't taught anywhere that I know of. But because I've been through so many different courses out there over the years, I like the epiphanies I had were kind of a crossover between all the information that
Right.
I've learned throughout the years. So just get started. Like there's no perfect right answer. Like if I don't even know how I'd get all the learn everything that I did if I was to start right now. But like I didn't know it back then either. You just kind of get started and um, yeah, just y-
So
you'll
the
you,
opportunity, let's
mhm.
talk about that. So you can go out and you can find these courses. We could take your course, which we'll be posting, but um, the the opportunity, and that's what I want to bring out to the listeners is that they're working within Amazon.
Yeah.
What is the opportunity, and how what type of expectations are there? And I know probably this is more like how long is a piece of string, but what's the opportunity and how do you manage the expectations?
Well, there's a lot of different approaches when you tie it into Amazon. The Amazon affiliate program has been around. That's one of the
Oh,
earliest.
I'm sorry, Greg. It doesn't have to be about Amazon. I'm just talking
Okay.
about of the
Okay.
affiliate opportunity. But if you want to go down that path, now that I've interrupted you, go
Yeah.
for it.
Well, the opportunity is huge. I don't. I like to use conservative numbers, um, because I don't want to say you can be a billionaire, but like it is very, very realistic for with a little bit of discipline and consistency. And I don't mean like a lot of hard work. I don't mean like tons of time, but just being disciplined and consistent um, with creating content. Like I got started with free tools, gather these little free keyword tools, and to pull keywords that people were searching, and I would create a piece of content for each of those keywords around a product. Like I got started. A lot of my success came from ClickFunnels. So when it came out, I was still working at a job, and I would create a couple of pieces of YouTube content around long tail keywords every single day for for a couple of weeks, and that was kind of really what got me some traction. So, um, and this works for any product or any service out there. So, like realistically, within just I like to give people a 12-month or less time frame. But honestly, if you're disciplined and consistent for probably 6 months or less, you can go from nothing to, you know, uh, at least four figures a month um, in that amount of time, depending on what it is you decide to promote. But it's just most of it comes down to confidence, and you're only going to get that from putting in the effort.
Is there
So
a lot of money that you have to put out for it?
it you learn cheaper ways the more you get the more effort you put in. Like that's what was frustrating when I got started, because I was like, what is how how do these people go from like rags to riches? Like, because I didn't have a lot of money, and it seemed like all these other courses, even on the same topic, affiliate SEO, they're like, you need this hosting, you need this tool, you need this subscription, and before you know it, you're spending a couple hundred, maybe even $1,000 a month. And it's like, you read it in my intro. It's like I never even made $20,000 a year before taxes. So like, how am I going to afford this? I learned a lot about credit cards. You know, that
That's
was how I
dangerous.
financed it. Yeah, I would always just keep telling myself like I could just keep put these courses on credit cards and put these subscriptions on credit
Yeah.
cards, and if something works, then I can pay it all back. And luckily, that eventually happened. But that's probably not the best approach. But you don't really need a lot of money, um, especially with my approach. I try to keep the tools down to a minimum because I'm always thinking about the little guy. I just want to help that person that doesn't have very much money at all but has time, or a little bit of time. to just be able to go from nothing to something, because if you just get to the point where you're bringing in a couple of $100 a month, which is, you can literally just do that with a smartphone and a free YouTube channel, and just literally sign up for whatever ClickBank products or something, and be
Mhm.
like, just start making content. And so there's so many different angles and so many different approaches. It's hard to say like there's just one way. And like TikTok wasn't around when I got started. There's that. I mean, it's really, all this comes down to is just traffic to offers. So you just need a
And it could
traffic
be
source.
any product. So going back to one, might have uh, uh, let's say, I'll use something. This is how crazy it is. So let's say you have a plastic shoe stretcher, okay, a plastic shoe stretcher, and you want to go and create some sort of affiliate marketing site. You could create a site, plasticshoestretchers.com. You could have different colors or different bundles of these plastic shoe stretchers. You could have a blog that's in there. You can tie press releases into it, so you're getting more content. And that blog article can, there might be 5 or 10 different blog articles that are really good quality blog articles that people will like to see the content about how you could use a plastic shoe stretcher, and you're going to give them and if people click on the offer, they'll get paid for it.
Mhm.
That's simple, pretty much. That's basic.
Yeah, and so I took all the parts that I hated about other SEO courses out, and and yeah, removed that from my process. So traditional SEO courses, they'll say, you've either got to, well, you do all this research about what people are searching, and those require like these hundreds of dollars of subscription tools. And then you take those keywords, and then you either got to become kind of a semi-expert on those topics, or pay to outsource those articles.
Mhm.
So I just stripped out all the expensive, slow, boring, hard stuff, and we create content using AI tools. And then what I concentrate on is like mass page sites. So instead of trying to create one piece of content, I just create thousands of pieces of content for all the different long tail keywords. So I don't try to cherry pick
Yeah.
which keyword I think is going to be responsible for the money. I don't know. Nobody really knows. So I just create these mass page sites really quickly and really affordably, and then I send all that traffic directly to the offer usually. So that's kind of my approach.
Okay.
And
So it's like the private network back in the
yeah,
early 2000s.
kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
And that's all legit, right? You're not going to get penalized by Google for doing something like that.
no, no. And it's they see, the thing is, and why it works and why this will continue to work, is because there's all these searches that people are typing in, and 9 times out of 10 there is no content out there for those searches, because again, there's like so few people on the planet doing this.
Mhm.
So it it my way of making sense of all this is that Google would rather rank some content as opposed to no content at all, about, because its goal is to serve up the best content they can find in the shortest amount of time. And if
Right.
if it serves up nothing, if you type in something and there's no search result, it failed. So um, that's why this approach works, and like it'll continue to work. So I'll give you a little one way you can use it. So there's so many different approaches, and they all work. So, the affiliate marketing, tied it to Amazon. There's the Amazon affiliate program. People have been building little niche Amazon affiliate sites forever. That's one
Yep.
way to do it. For your listeners that have like FBA businesses, I don't know the best approach for this, but you can, if you're selling products on Amazon, you can use what you learn in either my course or other SEO courses to optimize your listings to get higher rankings within Amazon, because it is also a search engine. And the higher your product pops up for certain searches, then the more optimized it is, the more sales you're going to get. So that's another approach. This is kind of a big secret that I hear nobody talking about, but I've got a friend that makes 6 figures a year doing this. The Amazon Influencers program, where you make like these little product review videos. All he
Mhm.
does is shoot these product review videos on a smartphone of products he's bought on Amazon. And within his first 60 days, he was already making 5 figures a month. And I
Wow.
hear nobody talking about that. So that's a little,
You will soon.
yeah, yeah, it's crazy. But that just gives you a little, some insight in just how much volume is on Amazon. Like, it's a
Yeah.
marketplace. They're like talking about traffic to offers. What I did before SEO, this is kind of a little tangent. I would put courses on marketplaces. So I wasn't the greatest at driving traffic, but I like to create courses, like to teach, like to help people. And I would put them on platforms like Udemy and Skillshare and stuff, where there's already people, there's already traffic and stuff. So, um, that's another approach. Leverage these marketplaces. If I had to, one tip for any beginner is I would just leverage the heck out of marketplaces, and where
Yeah.
traffic already is. It's much easier to make a sales where, try and where traffic already is, instead of trying to create the demand, create the traffic. Just put
The other
an
thing
offer.
too, Greg, is communities. Like, you can build communities, and like, I know Wilfred Lighthearted and I, um, we've built communities on Facebook that I remember we had 5 million Republicans, 3 million Democrats. We had pets, and then cats, dogs, different breeds. We had 175,000 Schnauzer people in a community. Anyways, if I had a pet bed or a bully stick or dog treat, I think that would work. Or if
Yeah.
there was something that you could offer in the affiliate side of things to that group, that would work. Now, I am going to go to a break for a second, but when we get back, I want to talk more about AI, and I also want to talk about repurposing. But
Okay.
okay, so listeners, I'm seeing that there's some questions coming in. If you do have questions about this topic, don't worry if you think that it's a beginner question. Most of us are beginners here. Nobody's going to say anything, and everybody's kind of thinking about it. We're going to nod and wave. We'll appreciate the question. So just give us a question, no matter what it is. We'll try to answer it before I got to take off. So the other thing is, Greg's come here today with a great giveaway. There is a Wheel of Kelsey today, and you're going to tag 2 people, and you'll get a second entry as well. So hashtag Wheel of Kelsey, tag 2 people, you'll get a second entry. Tell us about what you got for us today, Greg.
Yeah, so for the lucky winner, you'll get access to my course and my process, which is can be used to promote anything. There's so many different options that you can use it for, but basically, it's just my process can be used to drive traffic, and that can be used for anything. Promote any product, to help promote like your Amazon product. You can target your competitors keywords and products and promote it, push it to your product to get more traffic. So yeah, you'll just get my process and my philosophy that's been responsible for millions of dollars for myself, my students, for the last couple of years, and it can work for you too.
Well, I don't usually say this, but this is so interesting. We're going to make an announcement in the next week or two, but this fits in perfectly to something that we're going to try to do. And I'm going to take your course. I'm going to see what it does and how it can improve this business model that Kelsey and I have been working on outside of Lunch with Norm. So, anyways, you'll have a nice case study because we're starting from scratch, and
Awesome.
we've never touched this topic before. So anyways, if you get a chance, also you've got this too, or am I
I'm
thinking about
sorry,
something else?
it cut out.
Oh,
Did you say?
sorry, Greg. There was an offer of the hashtag Wheel of Kelsey. You get into
Yep.
the drawing, but you also had a bonus for the group, wasn't there?
Yeah. And there's a coupon code for everybody else. But yeah, bonus if you want to do. Can I just say it?
You go ahead.
Yeah, if you just go to seoaffiliatedomination.com/free, that's a freebie for you guys. And the whole goal, I'm always trying to look out for the little guy. That's where I started with nothing. So
Yep.
the freebie is to give you guys some solutions to help you get some cash flow to kind of stair step your way up to be able to afford my my product or anybody's product, so that you can afford to take it and afford the tools that you need to implement it. Because even if I was to give away my course for free, a lot of people, or there's freebie seekers out there like, "Wow, could you give this away for free?" Well, it still takes money a lot of times to implement things. So I mean, like
Right.
somehow you got to get the cash flow. So I want to with the freebie, I just introduce people to some ways to get some cash flow so they can get the ball rolling and like uh, change their life. Because
Yeah.
rather than expect you to just have $1,000, I want to teach you how to earn that so you can stair step your way into success.
I'll tell you, like, and I don't want to keep going on this, but this is something that I'm not heavily involved with. One of my other companies, there's a couple of affiliate codes, and like I wake up, and this isn't rocket science, or it's not huge, and it's not leveraging lunch with Norm at all. And like today, I got a check for $625. The other day it was $500, and it was different things throughout the month, but they all add up. And you know
Yeah.
what? I guarantee you that there's people listening that if they could make $1,000 extra, just like over the last couple of days here, with no effort, and we're going to get into that by the end of this, but with no effort, I don't think people would, pass that money up.
Yeah, and trust, like, can I say something, add something to that? Like when
Yeah.
I first got started, I used to think like I needed to make thousands of dollars from all these different income streams for it to add up to that. But I used to post some income reports for many years, and there was only like I had many different income streams, but 90% of them were $100 or less. But since I had so many little income streams, it added up to more than I was making at my job, which was, so it was like three, four, $5,000 a month, which crazy. Like I would stare at the numbers and it didn't make sense because it would be like $30, $40, $50. But somehow you got a bunch of those each month that adds up to thousands of dollars, which is more than what most people make at their 9 to 5, which
Yeah.
is insane.
Hey, and if that $1,000 is something you could put into your 401k or something, here in Canada, it's an RSP, but man, it's some money that's tucked away for a nice vacation at the end of the year.
Absolutely.
So anyways, I don't want to keep going on it. We got a lot of good stuff to talk about in the next 20 minutes, but Kelsey, can you hit the commercial, please? If you're selling on Amazon in 2022, you know how important it is to stand out from your competition. Let Hono Worldwide lend a helping hand with your product innovation to outcompete your competition online. That's right. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the success of your newly innovative product while Hono handles all the work. Visit honoworldwide.com for more information. That's Honu, HONU, worldwide.com, or email savings@honuworldwide.com. All right. So I'm just going to say it one more time. Hashtag Wheel of Kelsey, tag 2 people, and you'll be entered into the giveaway today. All right. One of the things that you touched on for copy, anyways, were different apps for AI.
Mhm.
I am a huge fan, of Phrase. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. Frase.
Mhm.
Um, these guys are MIT guys, and anyways, I've seen them evolve over the last year, and it's incredible. A lot of people talk about Jasper,
Mhm.
and I've used them, and all of this AI. What's really incredible about it is it's getting better and it's getting
Mm.
better. I still have my standard content writers. They write these incredibly high end, high quality pieces. However, Word.ai, Phrase, uh, uh, the other one I just said, Jasper, they're
Yeah.
out there and
Yeah.
they're doing a good job. They're doing a very good job. I don't know if you want to expand on that.
Yeah. So I'm always looking for faster, cheaper ways to do things, and it's all about speed for me. And since I've always been a one man show, I just was like, there's certain niches where I know there's money that I don't want to become an expert. And I like, let's just say this is nail warts or whatever. Is a
I've done those before, by the way.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, there's wart creams, we get
I did
it,
that.
cool. Yeah, there's and they have CPA offers and like we want the wart cream money, but who wants to do research on warts and stuff?
I've
It's
done
nobody.
that.
Right? But it's like it's not something I want to learn more about, honestly. I just want the money. And so yeah, that's where the AI tools come in. So they came, they weren't around years ago, um, but they were spinners. So things have been kind of evolving. So you could just grab content that Google was already ranking. You could spin it using tools like Spin Rewriter and stuff. You could do that approach, and it actually it still works. But tools like Article Forge or Mentorprise or Jasper, those are tools that we use, and it's mostly just because of speed. I'm not really
Yeah.
concerned with the quality. Like if you want to go down the Jasper route and combine that with Phrase or Surfer SEO to like make it pretty and make it like SEO on page optimized, that's great. But our process is you'll get some ideas definitely going through it, but you may just want to take what you learn from our course, combine it with what some of these other tools like the Jaspers and Phrase and make that content prettier and stuff. Our content isn't so much for the user as it is for Google. It's just sort of like Google food, and it's just for getting the content indexed and ranked. And then once people come to the site, we redirect them usually, or we do with that traffic whatever we want. Um, so it's just to generate traffic. Um,
So let's also
but
talk about you called it content stretching. I think you're talking about repurposing.
yeah, well, how that ties into SEO is yeah, you can use one piece of content. Let's start with you could start with like YouTube video or something, and you could push that to like Vimeo and MetaCafe and Daily Motion. Just take one piece of content and spread it around in a lot of different places to stretch it, and then you can strip out the audio and convert that to text and make that a blog post. So just getting more than one use out of the same piece of content. Kind of like how back in the day, if you remember some of these information products, it was like you get the course plus the MP3s plus the PDF, and you're like, it's the same, it's three of the same thing, but it seems like more value.
Uh,
Um, it was like, but it is valuable. Some people are readers, some people are listeners, some people want to watch a course video and stuff. But it's that, and honestly, like where that started originally was when I was making courses. So I learned this from like a combination between Russell Brunson and Mary Ellen Tribby. She was I heard Russell say this about like internet marketers and courses, and this came from Mary Ellen Tribby. She's like, you internet marketers are so silly. You just like, you do all these product launches and then you go into the next one, you do another product launch. She's like, so what I do is I kind of, it's kind of like I treat your product like a circus. I just take the show on the road or whatever. So just stretched out that content all over the internet and stuff. And so that originally that started with courses for me. So I would take the same content on Udemy and then I just spread it around to Skillshare and Stack Commerce and all these other platforms. So so I'd create multiple streams of income from one piece of content.
Right.
But you can do that with the SEO as well.
Very good. Now I'm looking at the time, and unfortunately, I've got to get going soon. There looks like there's a bunch of questions. Kelsey, are you able to do like this is a great topic, and I'd love to continue like just going on with this. Kelsey, if I left, would you be able to carry on with the questions and put Greg? I mean, Greg would have to deal with you, but you know that's unfortunate. But
Sorry, Greg. But yeah, we can continue on with the questions from the audience whenever you have to go.
Fantastic. It looks
finish up
like
the show.
there's lots of people with lots of interest in this topic. Greg, I got to go.
Okay.
I just want to like let you know how much I appreciate you coming on. We're going to have you on again. I'm really interested if anybody is going to follow up or do something in affiliate, or at least check it out and explore it. Let us know, like go to the Facebook group and let us know how you're making out. And like I said, I'm not joking. This is such an interesting topic. It's been around forever. I'm just getting into something like this, going down the path, and you guys are going to hear about this in a couple weeks. But I'm going to come back with a case study, and I'll shoot it over to you, Greg, so you can see what the results are based on your course. So that's kind of cool.
Okay. Awesome.
All right, people. So anyways, I'm getting out of here. You can deal with my son, unfortunately. I'm sorry, but he'll take you to the end. And thank you a lot. Thanks so much, Greg, for coming on. And guys, thanks for being part of the community, and thanks for all of your interest today. See you later.
Thanks, Norm.
Yeah. Bye.
All right. See you later, Norm. And now we can have some fun. Thank you, everyone, for the questions. We'll start, let's see, diving into some of them. So, Greg, if there's any you're not comfortable talking about, just let us know. But I know affiliate marketing is pretty broad when I say that. So from Facebook user, I think let me see who this is from. We'll let you know. But anyways, so we all know how to sign up for and get an affiliate link, but where do you post yours? Is it a TikTok? Is it YouTube? Or do you advertise? What tools do you subscribe to be able to do your business?
Yeah, so well, TikTok wasn't around when I got started. I actually got started with YouTube. And I wasn't a master at that at all. I know there's a lot of other courses out there that show you how to get traction quicker with YouTube. So I would maybe explore those just so you can grow an audience faster, so that each time you create a piece of content or video, or again, like YouTube Shorts didn't exist a couple years ago. Those are getting a lot of traction now. But you could, just put your links in the description. I'm not very familiar with TikTok. I think it works kind of like Instagram. I think it's like once you get a certain amount of followers, you might put a link somewhere, but I'm not really familiar with TikTok.
I think it's 1,000 followers.
Okay.
You get a link. But
yeah, if I could say one thing to simplify making money online, period, it's just traffic to offers. So I just see TikTok as a traffic source, and you could point that wherever. It could be a landing page, it could be an opt-in, it could be directly to a sales page that you're an affiliate of. So just think of it in terms of that, traffic to offers. YouTube is a traffic source where you're going to point them an offer. What tools do I subscribe to be able to do my business? I started all this SEO stuff with YouTube because it seemed simpler. It had in my opinion, like fewer moving parts. It was just like a video and then description. There weren't a lot of things to optimize and compared to a website, in my opinion. But I noticed there was a lot less control that I had with YouTube, and there's a lot of distractions. So whenever somebody's on my channel, there's all these other distractions in YouTube videos that people could click. So I was like, I want more control. So when I shifted to websites, just so I could kind of control that traffic more once they land on my page, so I can put opt-ins and I can redirect them, or I can do like back button redirects, or just I wanted more control. So the main thing, just like a domain name and a host. That could be HostGator, wherever. I started out with HostGator, and just like a domain name costs you $10 for the domain and a couple bucks a month for hosting. And I just use WordPress. And really, at the end of the day, it just comes down to like content or backlinks. And backlinks, I don't even focus on anymore. It's just about the content. So literally, it's just that's why I say discipline and consistency. Like, because if you just think of in terms of like the mommy blogger getting started out there that somehow eventually gets some traction, she probably doesn't know anything about SEO, so she's just like blogging about her, you know, baby, or I don't know, a recipe or something, and over time she just gets like traffic, and she's like, wow, people are subscribing and they're opting into my newsletter, and then somehow she makes money. So you know, if you just know the same equivalent to, you know, the average mommy blogger, or a little bit more, like, and you're consistent with creating content, you will get some traction. It doesn't matter if it's on TikTok, doesn't matter if it's on YouTube, doesn't matter if it's a blog. Just be consistent in creating content, and over time you will get traction.
Okay, great. Would you recommend people to focus on one platform rather than try out several?
Absolutely. Yeah, just one. Start with one, build an audience from there, and then you can, you know, spread that, kind of like stretching content. We were talking about, you can stretch that audience around to multiple platforms, but start with one of the ones that's been around for a while. I mean, TikTok is great, but you know, Vine was cool too. You know, I don't know how long TikTok's gonna be around. I didn't think Instagram was gonna last this long. But I would maybe start with something like YouTube. But as quickly as you can, try to build your own email list or your own audience, but and yeah, so you have more control. So you use these platforms as leverage, but you ultimately want to create your own audience off these platforms, or in a way that you control it more. Because I mean, Facebook pages get shut down, TikTok accounts get shut down, YouTube channels get shut down, and that's happened to me and happened to a lot of people too. So, and it's sucky to like put in all this effort, you build up this audience, and then it just goes away overnight. So these are things that people have probably heard, but like, build an email list as quickly as possible. Even if you don't send anything to them, just be building that audience. And that's kind of like your emergency fund. You know, once you have an audience, you can monetize that.
Yeah, that lines up with what Norm is saying for the Amazon sellers as well. He really tries to drive home, you know, building that list so you have some
Yeah,
control.
yeah, because Amazon's really sneaky. You know, they they're like, use our platform, but we keep all the data. You know.
Yeah,
So.
exactly. All right, next question. That question was from Sarah, but this question from Howard: how does an emerging brand start to develop an affiliate program for consumers?
I would just leverage these marketplaces, these affiliate marketplaces like Share a Sell or Commission Junction or Impact Radius. I don't necessarily. I'm an affiliate, so I don't know necessarily the best approaches for brands, but like, similar to how when I got started, I wasn't the greatest at driving traffic to courses, but to help me with that, I would put my courses on course platforms or course marketplaces that already had traffic. So if, you know, there's solutions for creating your own independent, like in-house affiliate program. But if you if you're not the greatest at, going out there and recruiting affiliates, then I would look at platforms like ShareSell that already have affiliates on them, and see about setting your affiliate program on those platforms that already have affiliates on them available, and that'll, hopefully help you get some traction. And because you only need that. Most affiliate programs, believe it or not, like, this is why I say this is such a huge opportunity. It's not that hard to stand out as an affiliate. There, it's hard to believe, but like all these big brands, even, like ClickFunnels and stuff, out of all their thousands of users, there's only like 100 or so active affiliates, believe it or not. And these
Oh,
other brands on these platforms, there's less than that. Like a lot of my students, like one of them just started promoting on this platform, and they're already a top affiliate, but they're only making a couple $100 a month, and they're one of the top 200 affiliates. So that kind of gives you some context of like, it doesn't take a lot of money, a lot of times, believe it or not, to get on the radar of some of these brands, because that just shows you how little everybody else is doing. But yeah, I would go with these marketplaces like ShareSell, Rakuten, Commission Junction, Impact Radius, and that will, and then Reversion. There's Partner Stack. Those are just a couple, and yeah, and list your brand on a marketplace, and that can help you recruit some affiliates.
okay, great. Next one is from Marsha. Have you had any experience, or can you comment on the affiliate websites where there are thousands of affiliates that can promote your products? I guess that's what we were just talking about.
Yeah, I would definitely start there. There's
Yeah.
obviously
So
ClickBank and stuff, but yeah, share sales. Be careful. I don't know what that means. Um,
I guess just be careful of the programs that you're signing up to. Do your research.
yeah,
Uh,
I do want to say this with like share sales. Share sale works really good with our process, because especially with like a lot of physical products, and that's kind of why I was excited to come on here initially, because this ties into like Amazon. A lot of, well, pretty much everything on Amazon's physical product. So um, there just seems to be a lot less resistance with physical products as opposed to digital products, because um, affiliate marketing, the info products space it seems a little bit toxic, because it's like we're teaching people how to make money with information products, but people, so I don't know, there's all this toxicity around, like people thinking they're going to get scammed. They don't know what the information is inside the course. But with a physical product, like you don't normally order a desk on Amazon, and when it arrives you're like, oh, they sent me a mouse pad, like,
yeah.
or like it's not a desk, like it's a desk. It just, maybe it's not what you expected, but it's not like a complete lie. So it seems like there's a lot less resistance and returns with physical products. So that tends to work really well. Um,
Okay. Great. So our next question, it's a little broad. I don't know if maybe you have a tip or two. This is from Cool Hand. Any tips on how to optimize a Shopify site for SEO, or maybe resources that you can recommend, or where to start?
I googled that a while back. I've never really done. I've promoted Shopify as an affiliate. They have a pretty lucrative affiliate program. But as far as optimizing their site, it would probably be somewhat similar to just like traditional SEO. But I don't know what the um, like where to do that within Shopify. I know there are certain agencies out there that specialize in Shopify SEO. I don't know how different it is from like a traditional website or a WordPress, or if Shopify sites have an opportunity to rank a little better. I'm not quite sure how that platform works, but I'm sure it would work somewhat similar to other websites.
Right. This one is a big one from Marcia. So let me read this.
Uh,
I've
let,
been
let me
reaching it.
can I say
Sure.
one more thing with the Shopify? I don't know what the blogging opportunities there are on Shopify, but I've got a friend that has a Shopify store, and when it comes to search and SEO, like content is everything. I know when you're selling physical products, there's usually not on a lot of these big brand sites. There's usually like a title and like a small description, so there's not much text. So a way to bring in traffic, more traffic to your website would be to create a blog because you're going to have an opportunity to bring in more traffic. So a blog that has posts targeted to all the keywords that people are searching around your product or service. So if it's like I had a friend years ago that had these brass knuckles. I think it was a Shopify site, and he was ranking for all these brass knuckle um, terms. And I think he had a blog to go along with that. So that's like the logical way I could think to bring in more traffic, because traditionally, like, you're not going to have a lot of content on your just a description describing these products. So the way to kind of help pull in more traffic is just to have a separate blog, and maybe those blog posts can go to specific product pages on your Shopify store.
Yeah, we've had a couple episodes talking about this. So Cool Hand 99, if you want to check them out, you can look up Steve Wiedemann is one of them. We've had him on a couple times, and he'll walk you through how to write that blog post, the headers to use, the table of contents, having an FAQ with the keywords, the long-term key or long-tail keywords in each of those FAQs, and how to optimize your site and all. So check that out, and we'll keep on going. Let me see. Cool Hand says, thank you very much for the insight. I do have a blog section on my Shopify site. I will continue to run with that. Sounds good. Before we get to the next comment, I just want to let everyone know we do have a giveaway today. Greg is giving away a free his course for free to one person. That's hashtag Wheel of Kelsey. So just write hashtag Wheel of Kelsey in the comments. You can take 2 people for an extra entry. Also, there is a freebie that we are giving away. We're giving away 2 freebies. The first one is from Greg. If you follow this link, seoaffiliatedomination.com/free, I'm dropping that in the comment sections right now, you'll get Greg's 7 simple side hustles. It's a great place to start. Here's the link right here. Also, Mike McClary from Zoof, he is celebrating their new feature that they dropped on Zoof. So if you are interested in 50% off plus a free trial period for 14 free days, you can use this code or this link here. And all right, we'll jump to the next question. We have, it looks like 2 more. Okay, I've been reaching out to influencers for the last few weeks. It's a long process, but now we are seeing some good feedback of people looking to come on board. The larger the influencer, the tougher it is to get them on board. What tips could you offer me? We already personalize each email looking into what they do, etc. I also use a great template that I got from a top influencer. A few have said they're interested, but not right now. How often would you approach the same influencers? So this might be a little different than what you do, Greg, but do you have any tips or advice for this?
I would just say it's kind of a numbers game, and like, I don't know what influencers you're looking at, but let's just say that person is being interviewed on a podcast like me. See if you can't reach that person you want to be your influencer, see who they're connected to, and see if you can kind of like go down the ladder and reach out to the people who interviewed them, and then just kind of keep stair stepping your way down until you find like somebody who says yes, and then you can say like, do you know anybody else? And then they'll probably connect you with a friend, and then you just kind of work your way up. Like what I did years ago with ClickFunnels was and where a lot of times there's opportunities for you to get leverage if the timing is right. So like ClickFunnels was still relatively new. I think this was 2017, and they had started interviewing some of their past students, and I saw they had one affiliate that they had interviewed, uh, that was a dream car winner, and I was like, well, I'm a dream car winner too, and I did it with SEO. And so I thought like, this would be valuable to ClickFunnels and ClickFunnels' audience. So I approached them and said, hey, could I be on your podcast? So I had a lot of value. But I also knew that since they were building momentum, if I could secure that podcast, then I could use that podcast as leverage for other ones and say, hey, I've been on ClickFunnels podcast, and that opened a lot of other doors. So yeah, just I don't know what channels you're using, but I would just, it's just kind of a numbers game. See who these people are connected to, and kind of like keep working your way down the ladder until you find somebody that says yes, and then you can kind of use that to open doors and work your way back up.
All right. Yeah, great advice. Okay, this one looks like we have another influencer question. Any advice on contacting influencers without getting shadow banned from the platform for reaching too much per day?
Not not too familiar with that. I'm not sure what platform you're referring to.
So I do have, I should mention, we have an actual Amazon influencer, Gracie, who's been on the show once before, but she is coming back probably in October. She can let you know exactly the process about contacting influencers, what works, what doesn't work. So that would probably work better. This isn't Greg's expertise per se in like reaching out to influencers, I would say. So maybe just hold on to that question and we'll answer that with Gracie. Also, you can go back and watch that episode. There's a lot of great information that she had on how to reach out to influencers and the do's and don'ts of that. So just look up Gracie Lunch with Norm, and you can watch that on Spotify, Apple, or on your YouTube channel, whatever works for you. So I hope that helps. Okay, let me see. I think that's it for questions. All right, so I think it's time for the Wheel of Kelsey. We're just going to run it over to a quick ad read, but then we'll jump back into the Wheel of Kelsey, and then we'll wrap up. So here we go.
A big thank you to our sponsor, Startup Club, the largest club on Clubhouse with over 790,000 members and growing. They're one of the world's largest communities supporting the startup ecosystem, from founders to those wishing to work for a startup and everything in between. You can find them at www.startup.club for blogs, recordings, and a calendar of upcoming shows, and on the Clubhouse app. Just search Startup Club for daily shows 24/7. You can also now listen to their show, the Serial Entrepreneur Club podcast, on Apple and Spotify too. Stop by to connect, learn, and grow together.
All right, so it is time for the Wheel of Kelsey. Now, Greg, this is a little loud, so just prepare yourself. But here we go, the Wheel of Kelsey.
It's time for the Wheel of Kelsey.
All right, so we got lots of entries today. It looks like, yeah, people are very interested in your course. That's great to see, and hopefully we got some value out of to everyone. So we do this every single podcast. If you're new to this, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle it. So please, if you are the winner, email me, k@lunchwithnorm.com. And it looks like today's winner is Marsha. So congratulations, Marsha. You are today's winner. Please email me, k@lunchwithnorm.com. I already have your contact information, just so I remember. And we'll get you your access to Greg's free course. Now, Greg, how can people contact you or get in touch with if they're interested in your course?
Yeah, if they want to learn more about the course, they can just go to SEOaffiliatedomination.com, And if there's a little opt-in there that's just going to take them straight to the webinar. But if they don't want to give their email, they can just do seoaffiliatedomination.com/webinar. And I would encourage everybody to go there just to watch the presentation. You're going to learn a lot just from what we share inside there. I think it's going to give people a lot of ideas and just help. Like there's one point that we talk about your true competition that I think is just going to help debunk a lot of people's fears about just getting started in anything, whether it's Amazon or affiliate marketing or Shopify or whatever. Just kind of shows you just how little competition there actually is. Because I, at least in this space, I feel like people think that the competition's so fierce, but it's really very, very small, and there's very few people that are actually doing the thing that you want to do, like at a high level. So it's really just you against you at the end of the day.
Okay, great. So thank you so much, Greg. I know this is something that we haven't really talked about to our audience before. So thank you for letting our audience know about this. And who knows, maybe this struck a chord with someone and this is something that they're going to dive into. We've had this with like drop shipping before. In our Facebook group, someone just mentioned like, oh, I didn't even think of drop shipping until we saw this podcast. So I have a feeling people might be thinking the same about this as well.
Yeah, and I really appreciate you having me on and the opportunity to come on. There's, like you said in the beginning, there's a lot of overlap with what you guys do and teach, and your niche with this and like all this stuff. Again, all marketing pretty much overlaps. So the more skills you can stack, the more valuable you're going to be.
Right. All right. Well, thanks so much, Greg. It was great having you on, and I'm sure we'll have you back on in the future, and have a great day.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Again, congrats, Marcia. It's great to see such a turnout today for today's subject. Again, we want to provide you with options. We're not saying do everything that we have on our show. Of course, there's only so much time in a day, and but we just want to provide those options to you. So if you are interested, check out Greg's SEO affiliatedomination.com for the webinar. It is free. So just check that out. And don't forget to smash those like buttons, give us a thumbs up. Let us know if you enjoyed today's topic as well in the comments or in the Facebook group. It lets us know what you guys want to see, the topics we should have on. If you have any suggestions, you can always let me know, k@lunchwithnorm.com. And you can join the conversation in our Facebook group, Lunch with Norm, Amazon FBA, and eCommerce Collective. That's where all the fun happens. That's where you can ask your questions, connect with our community, and yeah, be a part of the Beard Nation. So I think that's about it. We're so thankful for everyone in our community. We wouldn't be here without you. In our Facebook group, I think we're closing in on 3,000 followers and in the group. So it's great to see such an engaged community, and hope that everyone has some fun in there as well. So thank you so much for listening. We wouldn't be here without you, and enjoy the rest of your week, everyone.
Lunch with Norm.